Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Oh, yeah! We're back!
Yeah!
Devils After Dark. At the Devils draft Simon Nemec. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios here in the bunker after leaving Pasta Grill by Enzo's. And we have Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal from his Beverly Hills headquarters, scouting.
That's right. Scouting headquarters.
Yes, scouting headquarters. And welcoming you all for this late night edition on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. Before we begin, I want to thank all those watching all over the world during the draft, during our draft day party live podcast at Pasta Grill by Enzo's in beautiful Mansfield, Hackettstown, New Jersey. And I want to thank all those that showed up, especially Nate. Very nice. Nice guy. Very nice guy.
Awesome. I'm so glad I was catching a little bit of it there. Down there. So everyone got the bolognese, had some pizza, had some beers, had a nice good time over there at Enzo's. So we're glad to always throw these parties. Love seeing you out there as well, hanging out with Sam Wu and Beer Baron, Shorts Guy, the whole Hockey on Tap crew. It was a good old time talking NHL Draft 2022. But what we're going to focus... Oh, Winston, you had to find the football that makes all the noise, didn't you? Of course he did. Anyway.
He's pumped. He's pumped.
He's pumped, and he should be, because you know what? We were wondering what was going to happen with this draft for a long time. Is Fitzy going to make a trade? Is there going to be a blockbuster? Is there going to be, wow, what's happening? The Bryn Cats are going to go. You know, all of a sudden, all these moves start popping off all over the place, but they didn't involve the Devils. You know, because I think, as we said all along, Fitzy was going to make this pick one way or another. And now I get what the head of scouting was talking about, you know, that they already had this figured out. Very interesting how things played out. No trades with the Devils, but still bit of a surprise out there, Sam Wu, because we all saw the Montreal Canadiens draft. No, not Shane Wright. No, not Logan Cooley. They drafted the guy I know I wanted on our team, the big power winger, the power forward who could turn into the scoring machine. Because I always screw up his first name, Slavkovsky or Slavkovsky. I still screw it up. Oh man, it's so hard to pronounce. I'll get it eventually. Woo! I'll get it eventually. But it was a bit of a surprise that Shane Wright did not go first. A lot of people had him pegged. And so naturally, Devils fans are thinking, well, we just picked ourselves up another center. Shane Wright or Logan Cooley is going to be coming to our team. But I will tell you what, I think Tom Fitzgerald made a hell of a move by selecting, because they don't grow on trees, as he told us before, a right-handed defenseman from Slovakia. There was two of them out there, highly ranked. All right. But Simon Nemec, he drafted. And it shocked everyone. I know you were probably thinking Shane Wright. I know you're probably thinking Logan Cooley, maybe, over Simon Nemec. I don't think a lot of Devils fans thought this was going to happen. But it did. And I think it was the right move, because you know what I immediately thought of? You know what I immediately thought of, Sam Wu?
What's that?
I envisioned Luke Hughes and Simon Nemec on this blue line for years and years and years to come. But let's talk about this guy for Winston. Man, he's
pumped.
Stop. He's pumped. Every time we do a podcast, he gets pumped for some reason. I don't know why over there. But anyway, Simon Nemec. Let's talk about this guy, okay? Because you know what? Here's one good starting point. We always talk about in the draft. Oh, did they play against men and all that? I don't really buy a lot of that stuff, but he did. Okay? He played in the under 18 league. Then he played on the bronze-winning Olympic team. I hear there's some guys and some men that play in the Olympics every single year for Slovakia. And the World Championships. Okay. This is a guy who's got some experience over here. I shouldn't say that. This is a kid because he's only 18. All right? And by the way, hello to everybody on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and YouTube Live. Hit us up with your comments. I know you were shocked as well by this pick, which we got to say as well. Congratulations to new assistant GM of the Devils, Kate Madigan, who made the selection up there. Talking a little Francais as well, as everybody was up there in Montreal. But this is a great skater already, okay? This kid has got some skating abilities, all right? Hockey sense. He's smart, good passes. How many times, Sam Wu, did we talk about these passes to nobody? Endless, like these home run passes that never connected over the year, over this past season. We won't talk about Ty Smith and his drop passes to nobody, but how many times were there outlet passes that didn't connect to anyone, was just a loose puck at center ice that was picked up by the opposition, and they are, boom, right back in the zone, catching the Devils on their heels. Bad. This is a guy who can get the puck out of the zone with a smart, safe pass and also some crisp skating abilities. All right. He's going to be multi-talented right there. He's not a big physical defenseman, but don't forget, he's 6 foot. What is he? 6 foot, 199, and he's only 18. Me thinks he might grow a little bit as well. Okay. Very, very smart with the stick. You're going to see him poking away. You're not going to see the big body check. That was the other defenseman from the Czech Republic who was selected. You know, the two that were ranked, Jurasek and Nemec, up there in the top. Okay? But Nemec, not a big physical guy, but he's going to grow into that body. Much like we're seeing with the Jack Hugheses and the Jesper Bratts and the Nico Hischers. He's 18 years old. All right? He's still going to grow. His defense, safe, solid. You're not going to find this guy out of position. You're not going to find him throwing the big hit. But guess what? You're also not going to find people skating right by him. He's awesome at playing the angles, poke checks. You know, the more I was reading about him, I couldn't help but just start hearing all like the similar things to someone. I don't know who. Someone. I can't really put my finger on it, but I don't know. Just all the things I'm reading. Forwards don't get by. Cuts off the angles. Pokes the puck. Moves it in the right way. Versatile. Not overly creative. He's not going to make your superstar highlight play, but he's the guy who's going to be working your power play point, your power play QB, who can scan the ice and read the play before it happens and get the puck to the net. He doesn't have a cannon of a rocket of a slap shot, but he's got that wrister that somehow finds his way, that nips off the skates, that nips off the sticks, that nips off the knees, that the goaltender just can't seem to find. Oh, hang on. I got more here, okay? Moving the puck out of the zone. Skating skills. First pass. You know what they said here in the little scouting report? He's got a first pass that finds the sticks of forwards.
Ooh!
I like the sound of that.
Hey, remember
I like the sound
that time of Devils After Dark? The outlet passes?
Oh. Yeah. The home run passes that we never connected on, except for remember when Nico Hischier had to like body check someone out of the way into like a spin move, that was the only way we were connecting on some of those passes. This is a guy who's like a quarterback in football, you know, like your Tom Brady's, your Peyton Manning's, you know, your guys who can really just read the defense, just drop back and go. This is, again, he's 18 years old. All right. But this is how he's projecting and this is how he's playing. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm already forgetting. He already won a bronze medal at the Olympics and played at the World Championships. Okay? He's hitting guys in stride. All right? They're not stopping. They're hitting him in stride. They're actually creating that breakaways. Mentally, he's ready. Physically, probably still needs to pack on a little bit more muscle because he's going to have to play a little bit more physical at the NHL level. All right? Personally, I'm thinking maybe around like 2 years from now, we might see this guy up on the team. I don't expect to see Nemec, start. Hey, you never know. We didn't expect Dawson Mercer to make the team out of camp last year, so you never know. His hockey sense is very. You know what? Actually, Slavkovsky said about him. I would say because they played together on the Olympic team and the championship team. I would say he's the best D man of the draft. Really good hockey IQ. He can pass, he can shoot, and he's a good guy. I like the sound of that. It means he's a good teammate.
Yeah.
You know what? Those forwards, those centers, they really like that humble defenseman who's got that nice outlet pass that can spring him on the breakaway. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. All right? And I know, Shane Wright, Logan Cooley, I get it. These guys are going to be all-star talents as well, but we'll talk about it in a little bit because I want to know what you guys think of all this. Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live. Hit us up and let us know what you think of Simon Nemec being on that right-handed defense, that right side, with Luke Hughes on his left. Woo! From years and years to come. Look out, Ty Smith. Oh, boy. Riley Walsh, Kevin Ball, Michael Vukojevic, Nikita Ahoykyuk. They're the next ones up. Then there's got to be another crop coming after them. That's going to be Nemec and Luke Hughes. And that's going to be really, really exciting times. To think about a New Jersey Devils with a Dougie Hamilton, probably a Damon Severson, and some sort of combination of all those other guys. Throw Ryan Graves in there as well. Woo! Man, our defense is going to be looking stacked. Now, it was a shocking move. But, hey, look how Cal McCarr turned out. Never know. You never know. But this is something that I think the Devils really needed. I think it surprised a lot of people. I think Slavkovsky was their man because that's what they desperately need is that big power winger because we got to put some size out there. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit after we get your feedback and Sam Wu's. All right, because we got some nice picks lined up here in the upcoming rounds that maybe you weren't prepared for, but we're going to go through them. One of them got snatched right there at the end, the old Tampa Bay Lightning, taking Isaac Howard with his slick 70s turtleneck suit thing there on there, and he had the old hockey hair going already. But there are some nice draft picks still out there at the center and winger position that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But Sam Wu, tell me, what do you think about this pick? Were you shocked? Do you think it's the right move? Are you excited about this? It doesn't seem like it's going to have a lot of impact immediately on the team. Like we said, never know. Dawson Mercer shocked us all last year. Oh, I almost forgot about Muhammad Doolin as well. There's another monster that's going to be coming. Can you imagine that? Muhammad Doolin, Hughes, and a Nemec on the way after this current crop that's going through there now with Ball, Ahoykyuk, Vukojevic, and Jevic. Man, I'm screwing everything up tonight. And and
it's
Riley
Vukojevic. I think it's Vukojevic.
Vukojevic? I thought it was Vukojevic. All right, whatever. Vukojevic. Vukojevic? What is it? I don't know. Whatever. I'll get it right one of these days. Okay?
We need to take a class on pronunciation of players' names.
It's funny because you sit there and I listen to YouTube videos before, just to make sure I say it right. And then when the time comes, I just totally blank. I'm like, whoa, and I revert. Yeah. I just revert to the incorrect way. I know I'm saying it wrong. And I'm like, why did I just do that? Anyway.
Do you know how I know it was Nemec?
Because we listened to Kate Madigan announce it.
No.
What's that?
Texting with Chico, the way he spells it the way it sounds.
There you go.
He has an H at the end.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's how I wrote it out here in my notes. I got a little H in parentheses at the end there to help me out. Because I think I was saying Nemec. I thought it was Nemec for a while, but then we heard,
I thought it was Nemec.
Nemec.
Anemic?
I don't know.
I
It's
don't know.
Janssen, Johnson. Sometimes these pronunciations change. Scotty forgets, Enough about that. Let's hear what you think about Simon Nemec, right side D-man, coming to the Devils, looking to be that next crop of defenseman, the second upcoming crop with Muhammad Doolin, Luke Hughes, Sam Wu. Tell me what you think, and then we'll hit over to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitter Live and see what's up.
Well, as you know, I was all in Logan Cooley. He went third overall. So he was surpassed Shane Wright. Shane Wright, when he looked at that Montreal Canadiens table, you know what? He's got some motivation right now. And I hope for the people of Seattle that he rips it up and makes them pay. He's probably going to try to make us pay. The New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, maybe. But we got to, but but honestly,
we got Nemec to stop him. Nobody gets by him.
Yeah.
That's what the scouting report says.
Like I said, I think we look pretty good at center, and we're going to talk about some others coming up here. But I mean, like I still think that was the right move if we weren't going with Slavkovsky. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I think a lot of people want Slavkovsky, including yourself, Scotty.
Oh, yeah.
But we all have we think with our heart, the excitement, what these players can bring. But the logical choice, using your brain, Nemec is all the way. Yeah. That's discipline on the New Jersey Devils. Nice touch there, having Kate Madigan go up in front of a Montreal crowd, 2 languages, and doing her best, being in the spotlight probably for the first time in her life in that type of magnitude. And got to give her some credit, Devils some credit.
She's talking in 2 languages. We can't even pronounce one last name. So, I mean, geez.
Yeah, we can't even pronounce anything. Chin-chinin, Come on. But, also shout out to Matthew Barnaby, because he put it out yesterday, and his tweet will age well forever, of the top 4 picks that a reputable scout told him, and he was absolutely right. I was like, holy crap. I was at Matthew Barnaby. Great job there. And also what I was doing at Pasta Grill by Enzo's while the guys were chit-chatting, having some beers, we were joking that we're screenshotting all these Devils fans that have lost their minds over this pick. And 5 years from now, we are going to be reading some of your tweets and tagging you on it and making fun of you for overreacting. Again, we said this on the podcast many times. You really couldn't go wrong with the second overall unless you trade for something stupid. And the fact that they went defense means the Devils are serious, that they're not trying to, I hear myself. I feel like I'm in a time machine. And I'll be completely honest with you. I've been very critical. The Devils. I actually booed the ownership group that came on stage. It's Gary Bettman, whatever. But when they picked him, I said, okay, well, defense, the Devils are going to have a glut of defensemen.
Yeah.
And let me tell you several scenarios why this is good. Number one, when you have a lot of D guys that can fit on any other team, their trade value in certain situations, especially before trade deadline, you can flip a 3rd rounder for a 1st rounder and a good player, just because that position has so much value to a team going into the playoffs. You always want to have depth on D. Also, when you have depth on D, they're going to be vying for 6 spots. Ty Smith, are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
All you D guys, are you listening? Because in case there's injuries, which is part of the game, groin,
There's always injuries. There's always injuries.
Jaws, you can just take
there's
interchangeable parts, put another D guy there.
Yeah. We need Jack Hughes in New Jersey. Yeah, there's another Jack Hughes out there.
I am telling you, my conspiracy theory is we're going to do a bait and switch and offer Jack Hughes to somebody, and voila. And his number
I did see the Hughes brothers. I did see the Hughes brothers hanging out with PK over the weekend. Maybe Quinn's getting acquainted over here.
I think PK Subban is looking for a contract with the New Jersey Devils, and he's adding recruiting.
Oh yeah,
adding recruiting as a part of his repertoire.
This draft pick might have got him like a year or two contract with the team. I don't know. We'll see how it happens there. But hey, I like the sight of Quinn hanging out Jersey side. I'll tell you that. But either way, I like this pick. I know I'm looking on Facebook now. I see a lot of people that are not happy about it. Fitz didn't want to announce the pick because he didn't want to crush the souls of the Devils fans. I see it. Very good, Sean.
Yeah. Oh, let the new hire. They just got promoted. Let her take the fall.
Oh, you want to be assistant GM? Yeah, go.
Okay. How about you take
your first project?
Negative Devils fans,
Go now, and you know what? Hey, you know what? Do it in French. How about that? Do it in French while you're at it. Oh man, no, I think it was a great move, and no, I think you're right, Sam. That we should, like, a couple years from now, when like Luke and Simon, debut together, something like that, we should start reading some of these old tweets of just
Oh yeah,
this was the move.
I'm gonna read some right now. I'm screenshotting this one.
This was the move. You want to know why it was the move, Sam Wu? As well, if you do your drafting and your scouting and you start looking at the research, just start looking at where the Devils are landing in the second and third round and the prospect rankings. And you are going to find a whole ton of center and wingers. All of them, not all of them, but a good portion of them. Oh, this dude, what's his name? Luca Del Bellus. Oh, I know he's not a good fella, but I just gonna call him a good fella now. Every now. Please let us draft this kid just for his name in general. But he's a horse. He's like 6'4" and over 200. David Goyette, Owen Beck. Who's the other? That's right. Isaac Howard when he was a winger. Was this Bryce McConnell Barker? Daniel Zillikin, I think it is. I'm not sure on that one. These are all some big-time centers with a lot of upside in there. Some of them obviously not going to be a Jack Hughes or a Nico Hischier, but might be someone that can pencil in on that third line if Dawson Mercer's not going to be a center over there. If he's going to move to wing, what's going to go on with Mikey McLeod? Are they going to keep him down there on the fourth line? He's got to score a couple. He's got to score something. He's great at faceoffs, but Shane Wright, Logan Cooley, yes, we know. Okay? But there's all these other centers that are still available. I don't even know. This kid's name is Glib, I think. Gleb. I don't know. Trick Kazoff. Big time scoring potential right there. I think this is another reason why selecting the defenseman, which the level kind of drops a lot. You're not seeing as many of them through the ranks here in this second and third round. I think grabbing Nemec up there at 2, and then having all these other center and wingers that are still available in the second and third round, snatching some of them is a really smart move. Because we're strong down the center at this point. Of course, we can always use more. But what did this team really, really need? It needed a Slavkovsky. Or Kovsky, whatever it is. Slavkovsky. It needs that big power forward who can score some goals. Okay, we didn't get him. Taken before. Seats taken. Sorry, Forrest. Seats taken.
Seats taken. Now
Seats
here.
taken. Yeah. Can't sit here, Forrest. So, do you take a chance on the Shane Wright and the Logan Cooley? I know they're super, super great prospects, but we're kind of stacked right there. You got a stud right-handed defenseman, someone who can make outlet passes, who can hit players in stride, who's known for reading the plays, being able to scan the ice, reading the play before he has the puck. That was one of the scouting reports I read. What was that other line from that other guy? What was it? Oh, yeah. Skating skills and also first pass that finds the sticks of forwards. He's not making the super pretty boo. You're probably not even going to notice it. But when you go back after the goal is scored, you're probably going to hear Ken Danigo say, "This all started with Simon Nemec down here in the corner making this outlet pass." That's what you're going to hear. The big rocket from the point? No. He's going to be doing that little, that little move. And
shake and bake.
A little shake and bake, baby. And a wrister that's going to be bouncing its way through. That's going to find Nico Hischier parked in front of the net that he can tip in. That's going to find a big, we hope, Miles Wood going in front of the net, screening the goaltender. And he's got really impressive skating skills already. Like I said, we had a defenseman that kind of did some of that stuff. I'm not saying he's Scott Niedermayer, but think about that. Think about that skating ability that Needs had. Being able to just read the play, maybe I'll make a move, and I'm just going to be able to skate it out, no problem. Or I have a first pass that scouts are saying finds the sticks of forwards. That's something we've definitely been missing lately. Sam Wu, we went over it endlessly in the season. Like these home run passes that never connected, turned into turnovers, and there you go. You got your forwards going this way. Stop, turn around. It's like you're doing sprints the other way. It didn't work. And we didn't have the goaltending to be reliable enough to stop all those breakaways and 3-on-2s and 3-on-1s and stuff like that we were giving up. Now you got someone who you think you could really get the puck out of the zone? I'm all for that. I get it. Shane Wright and Logan Cooley are good, but we got this other lineup of centers and wingers that I think you're going to see Fitzy make some moves with in that second and third round.
Yeah. Donnell Weaver asks, are you guys happy Devils drafted Nemec instead of Wright? Yeah. That's the smartest and the most logical move. Really. Shane
Wright's going to be a number one center. So we just signed up Jack Hughes to be our number one center, and then we got Nico Hischier to be our number two, or flip-flop. So we needed that winger. That's what I was all about. Listen, these two kids are super talented, and Seattle and Arizona are really, really lucky to have them because they're going to be cornerstone pieces moving forward. I think it was a smart move. I thought we were going to end up with Shane Wright or Logan Cooley. I really did. I honestly did. I did not think we were going to draft Nemec. Really did not. That's why we still got our shock. We still got our shocking thing. We're going to talk. Will there be a big trade? Will minds be blown? I think they kind of were. No one was expecting that. And I think in the end, when you look back, just like no one, remember we were freaking out. I know I was about Muhammadullah, and I'm like, wow, who's this kid? What's going on? And then like a week later, it's like everyone's like, damn. All the other GMs are like, damn, but wish we got our hands on him. You know, look at this kid. He's ginormous. He's got a monster shot. He's playing in the KHL. Oh, thanks, sweet Ozzy, that he is over here in Utica. And then, oh man,
yeah,
some crazy stuff going on. So glad he's already here, and you know, not
Sharon Govich.
And Sharon, yes, all of them over here, please.
Yeah. Wow, I'm just reading some of these. Like Tony P says he's now a Rangers fan. He can't. He says, I finally opened up my eyes and realized how small and insignificant this team really is. So that's why I've decided to support the Rangers. I don't know if he's internet trolling or he's just mad. But you know what? Because that comment was so juicy, I'm not going to read it 5 years from now. I'm just going to read it now. And by the way, good luck with the wrecking ball at Madison Square Garden, Tony P.
I think Andrew Gilbert passes in 4 years because all we're going to hear is he needs to develop. Nah, this kid just needs to grow a little bit and play a little bit more physical. I mean, he could probably get away with it, but if we want him to be like a top caliber defenseman, like he's 6 foot 199. He just needs to get a little bit more physical, but he's got the hockey smarts. He's got the IQ. He just won a bronze. Like this is a kid who's already really developed. And it's not like he wasn't playing any ice time. He was getting big minutes in these championships. In the World Championships and in the Olympics. I mean, this is
big time
I mean,
minutes.
much like Slafkovsky. That's where he made his name. Yeah,
world class.
I'm like, it's not going to be 4 years until we see this guy. Like, my guess is 2. That is my guess. And damn it, I don't want to say it, but Sam Woo's been right all along with his 2025 prediction. I think.
2025. You see, Tom Fitzgerald
we better
knows
make the playoffs before that.
Tom Fitzgerald knows how to keep his job. Okay, keep drafting the future. These promising, but they're not going to be here right away. And then throw the new hire, out there to announce it.
Well, I think, for us, I think those 4.
I'm kidding, of course.
No, but I think those 4, Kevin Ball, Ahoyt-Uke, Riley Walsh, and is Vuko, what is it again? Vuko, I thought it was Vukojevic.
Vukojevic.
Vukojevic. All right, my bad. Vukojevic. They're all going to be in training camp.
We've had him on the podcast before. Michael Vukojevic.
I never. When?
State of the fan address. Vinny Parisi pulled strings, and that's how we know because we asked him on air.
Vukojevic. What was it again? Say it again.
State of the fan address. Vukojevic. State of the fan address. Probably about a year and a half ago. Yep.
Vukojevic. Okay, I'll get it. But anyway, you're going to see those 4 guys in training camp going for a spot on the big team. This is their shot this year and next year. And then after that, that's when you're going to see Luke Hughes, Nemec, Muhammadullah, definitely, if not the year prior. He might be a little bit ahead of them. But that's when you're going to see that. And I think also that's something Fitzy had to do as a GM is we have this lineup of defensemen now that is coming up. I mean, you even think about with Siegenthaler and Ty Smith already there, you needed to get more in the pipeline as well. And this is a good one to have in the pipeline. I mean, just think of that Luke Hughes, Nemec, woof. They better make the damn playoffs before that. If we don't win the cup until 2025, I'll be okay. But they better friggin' make the playoffs before that. Like next year, we better be in it. We better be in it, playing meaningful hockey later in the season. And by the way, love the new schedule. Love the stability of it. I like it. It's kind of like 3 games a week type of deal there. I don't think they play like on Wednesday, basically like the entire season. It's like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sundays. Like I
They
like
start
that.
off in Philly, and I was
Oh,
like,
boy.
Beer Baron, let's all go down. I'm not going to Philly.
I'm not going to Philly. David Chimes said Fitzy should have drafted right and traded him. Oh, David Chimes. What happens when you drive your brand new car right off the lot?
The values.
Yeah. That number two pick. If he drafted Shane Wright and then you try to flip him for something, it's going to be like, well,
unless there's a big promise.
Yeah. So I don't think that would have been a good move. I think
Also
going and getting this man and Nemec, I think is smart because we couldn't get Slafkovsky is what we all wanted. I think at least most of us. I know Sam Wu wanted Logan Cooley, but I think majority of us want that big winger there. We were super psyched about Alexander Holtz, and hopefully we'll see him next year. But we also want some of those bigger bodies. So I will be real excited to see Miles Wood back as well. Imagine Miles Wood playing with like a Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes combo. Ooh, baby. Oof.
what's really funny? I gotta find. I think the Devils put out some kind of promo video about the interviews at the combine, and they put Shane Wright, Logan Cooley doing pull-ups. That video. I gotta find that video, and I want to see what the Devils were doing to pump fake the rest of the league, because a lot of the so-called experts and pundits you read on Twitter, legitimate reporters, it's Shane Wright. It's Shane Wright. It's Shane Wright. If Logan Cooley's there, Tom Fitzgerald guaranteed he's going to take blah, 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 blah. I'm not calling you out. It's just, you just never know. Things happen last second.
I think Fitzy had this. I think this is the way they had it planned the entire time. If Slafkovsky was there, he would have been on our team. If he didn't go first, he would have been on our team. And if not, I don't think there was any doubt that they were going to go defense there. Now looking at it back with the thing about hindsight vision is you can sound really smart when you're just really, really dumb, Go ahead, Samu.
Finish your thought, and I'll press the button again because I like pressing that button.
No, that was it. I was just talking in hindsight there, trying to make myself feel better.
The thing about Tom Fitzgerald that Devils fans, and listen closely, should really appreciate, Tom Fitzgerald did not get played by anybody through this first round process. Winning the lottery, so to speak, to get the second overall and jumping, he did not get played whatsoever.
Nope.
Because, I keep on referencing the article I wrote on pucksandpitchforks.com about doing absolutely nothing. What would it look like? And you know what? You can't make a mistake, unforced errors, by just standing pat and drafting defense.
Look at you. With the Wimbledon reference. Very nice.
I'm
season.
complimenting Tom Fitzgerald. And also in that press conference, it's nice to see the new beat reporter at NJ.com throwing some high heat after several softball questions prior. So, you know what?
Actual reporter.
I like softball questions, believe it or not. I'm not trashing anyone. I do. But I like to see high heat, 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
There's
inside.
Questions that deserve to be asked. Yeah, absolutely.
And he handled it well. The Jesper Bratt. No. He was never unequivocally, all that. Loved that Tom Fitzgerald can take the heat, because we rarely saw it in the last couple of years. softball questions after softball questions. Now you got a beat reporter that's, let's just say, very aggressive in a good way, trying to get. He would ask questions that I would ask, but see, I'm more abrasive. That's why I don't belong in the locker room.
If we ever get a press pass, I'm going to the press conference.
If we ever get
because
a press pass, I'll meet you at Taj Lounge afterwards because that's where I'll.
If you go, we'll be banned forever. We'll be banned forever. I feel like if you go.
Yeah, my first question, Tom. This is Sam Wu with the Let's Go Devils podcast.
Can I talk to management, please, now? Sam Wu's gonna Karen on it. You're gonna I need to speak to your manager.
Was this planned all along? That somebody else would announce it. So you could just be like this 5 years from now.
Of Devils fans. Nah, obviously we're joking.
I'm kidding. And,
yeah. No. But I thought it was very nice. Although, as we said, difficult. Yeah, go ahead and do that in 2 languages there, Kate. Have fun.
Oh no, seriously, let's. I shouldn't be joking around with that. In Montreal, in front of that crowd, because how Montreal is. That I would be like this. This is how I would be. Do we select Logan Cooley or Nemec? Right, all mic'd up. That would be me. Okay, and then I'll be like, blah 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 blah. Bonjour, and then get. I won't even know what to do. That's hard to do.
Oh hell yeah! Bonjour. Bonjour. Oui, oui.
Yeah. Poutine. It's just. That's all I know. Poutine. You know what? If it wasn't for this.
Oh man.
If it wasn't for this, the pandemic last couple, I used to hang out in Montreal all the time. I did a lot of work up there. I got to know the city very well, where all the good bars are. I didn't know
Devils After Dark Draft Day Edition was going to turn into Sam Wu, the Montreal years, but here we go.
No. But it would have been fun. But I'm telling you, one of these days, because getting those press credentials are actually through the NHL, not through the team. Mm-hmm. And if you get approved by the NHL, then, I could be sitting there in a press conference. I could be asking questions to Scotty. Scotty be like, Sam, shut up. No, I don't. To be honest with you, I do not have the guts to even do any of that. I'm just joking around. Like when you're there, you're not.
Ask questions. Yeah, as long as you just write them down first. You don't just wing them off the top of your head. I would do that in a heartbeat. But I thought we were gonna get some crazy Sam Wu Nights, Montreal edition there going on. Some sort of stories. Well, we'll have to save that for a later episode, maybe.
Later episode.
But I think it's I really like the pick. Now that I'm looking at it, feel like I'm hoping Tom Fitzgerald's moves are like a Christopher Nolan movie. You walk out of it and you're like that was I think that was cool, and then you watch it a second time and you're like now I get why that happened and that person.
Who's Christopher Nolan?
And everything. Oh man. But don't forget. Bryce McConnell Barker, Danny Zillahikin, still not sure about that one. Owen Beck, David Goyette, Luca Del Belus, Dylan James, Trikazov, I think that's how it is. Jaeger Frickus. There's a lot of good talent in that second and third round. Research some of these names. You're going to be annoyed that the Lightning took Isaac Howard so late. He's just like, one of those like all offense. You're not going to get a lot of defense there, but great shot, and just can rip it. Something that we're looking for. But there's some strong candidates in the forward side of things. Not as much in the defensive side of things. coming up in these rounds, which is why I also think this is a smart move and the right one for the team. Grabbing that defenseman early on. Yeah, maybe we can find a late round steal somewhere, a la like a Jesper Bratt, or what was it again? He was a 6th round pick. Maybe we can find someone, a defenseman that late as well. But having Nemec in the system, I think, is a really good start to this draft. And who knows? Maybe the Chicago Blackhawks will trade us something else. I mean, they seem to be wheeling and dealing all over the place, so maybe they got something else up their sleeve. Although, I know a team across the river that's probably going to spend some money for a guy named Kane. They need to add a little offense. Think that might happen, Samu? We'll see. Oof. Those are big
I hope
contracts.
he's good to the taxi cab drivers.
Those are big
Do you have any spare change?
Set him up, and Samu knocks him down. There you go. But I guess we should wrap it up. And anyone else out there on Facebook Live or Twitter Live?
It's hard to keep up because right now YouTube Live is very strong each podcast with comments.
Alan and David and Lisa and Richard. David chimes. We're going to see about Alexander Holtz. I think is going to be one. We were talking about those 4 defensemen in training camp. I think we're definitely going to get a better look at Alexander Holtz this year in training camp, and we'll see where he lands. He may not be ready just yet. Rush him into that role. We're going to find out.
I agree with Sean Diamond Jr. about Zetterlund. He will be ready to go, is what he says, and blow people away. You know what? It's the edge to his game that the team needs, and I won't say we'll forget about Slafkovsky, but he's going to bring an edge, and he's going to bring some nastiness up front.
Okay.
I like a little nastiness. I like the pressure.
You know me and Ahoyuk, so I like that.
Yeah.
I like that energy.
Yeah.
I like that energy, so I'm all about that. So yeah, Sean saying that Holtz may not be ready yet. He didn't really, what did he get into like 3-4 games last year? He seemed to be kind of just finding his way, a little bit lost out there. See. Here's something that always happens. When you talk about those Swedish prospects, they're always like, well, in the Swedish Elite League, they play against men and blah, 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 blah. Cool, but the Swedish leagues also use the bigger ice surface. So that is something that I always think about. These forwards that can score a lot of goals, they have more room to kind of hide out there because there's a bigger surface. When you come into the NHL, first off, the game is a little bit faster. I'm not knocking the Swedish Elite League. There's a lot of great players that play over there. But obviously the best play over here, and it's in a smaller size. So you have to react even faster than you do over there. And you have to always be on the move.
And the ice is better over there, by the way.
Oh, I'm 100% sure the ice is better over there. Legs got to be in a little bit better shape. So we'll see how his development goes. I would not say let's not rush him. If he's not ready, put him back in Utica. Give him this. Well, we'll see how our coaching staff fills out here, but let Sarge and let Deneen work with him. Let them develop him one more year. Let's see how Zetterlund does. If he's ready, give him a shot. Miles Wood's going to be back. That's another person who's going to take it. Oh boy.
Jim Leahy.
Go ahead. Oh no.
He goes, get rid of Zaka, Johnson, and Quokes. You can't. It's a contract year for Andre Johnson. One more year left on his contract. Looking to get paid.
Well, how are we going to have the football calls then next year if we don't have, Andreas, don't call me Andre Janssen. Or is his last name actually Johnson? I don't even know anymore. We just started making all those goofy things all the time.
I
don't even know where
I
it
brought
ended
the
up.
Johnson jersey to
I saw
to Enzo's. Yeah. It was Andre Johnson. I'm telling you, he needs to have a career year. I want 30 goals. I almost want to just like meet him in person at an autograph.
Let's hope for 20. Because if not, there's going to be some guys that might be, poking on there to get back. Don't forget, Tice Thompson will be back. We'll see how he returns from injury as well. He was someone that was already kind of cracking the lineup here and there. We're going to see about Jesper Boquist. It's going to be kind of isn't he up on, obviously restricted free agent.
I think he's restricted. Yeah, restricted.
Definitely restricted.
Contract.
Yeah.
They're all going to.
Yeah.
So that's what Tom
But you want to get
said.
that one-way deal. It's going to be hard there. But he's got a lot to prove. He's still got a lot to prove. We got a lot of guys here, it's make or break time, which is very exciting for this team.
Yeah.
Because that means the development that we have been talking about endlessly, that we feel like is never going to end. We're starting to get to that point that at least, where we're seeing the results. Get some decent goaltending for this team, and they could be in playoff contention. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, but they can definitely be in contention where they're fighting for it.
Well, I think the schedule getting back to normal, I think that's going to have a profound impact because I didn't like the scheduling in the last 2 years, not to the fault of the NHL. I mean, given what has happened.
Oh, yeah.
With all the,
I like this regularity. I was looking at it. I was just like, man, it just all lines up. I'm like, they're playing like every Tuesday, Thursday. Like as a player, you get into a routine and you can get into that grind and that groove, like it's nice.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna hugely benefit them. That was the one thing is I never used to like about the NHL schedule was
Thursday night hockey with Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson at center. Jack Hughes. The 2019 Jack Hughes on the left wing. The Jack Hughes that was just drafted on the right wing. Who will he pass to?
On the right wing. Very nice. I like what you did there. Very nice.
Can you imagine two Jack Hughes on the ice at the same time, and you put Luke in?
Luke.
So the three Hughes.
Luke. And then we trade someone and bring Quinn, and they all just, one big happy family. Why can't I find my damn... Oh, there it is. Did they put the schedule on the app yet? I hope they did. They probably didn't. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I don't think they did. Of course. I wanted to see if I was crazy or not. I like the way the schedule... At least that thing that Beer Baron sent us. Or did you send that? Oh, there it is.
I sent it.
Okay, so then I
Beer
know it's
Baron
good.
doesn't send stuff. He doesn't send stuff.
No. It's not.
He just sends us stuff of internet trolls on the internet. And wants them on the podcast.
Yeah. I think the regularity though of the schedule is gonna benefit the team greatly. But Sam, I think we should probably wrap it up as well. We've been going for quite some time, and I know we're into Friday on the East Coast. That's right.
Oh yeah.
After midnight, true after dark. Thank you everyone out there for all the likes, the follows, the subscribes, YouTube, Twitter Live, Facebook Live. Devils After Dark, Let's Go Devils Podcast Network with, of course, the great Sam Blue.
Yeah, also, we're going to be dropping the podcast shortly for your morning and afternoon commute. It's a Happy Devils Friday right now on the East Coast. And thank you, Nate Milbank, for saying that we have great content. Thank you. And Enzo's. Till next time, let's go.